Will Muschamp, I know you couldn't hear it, but you were still able to watch what we all just got to watch and hear. As intense a guy as you are, when you see that, you see the young players, you see the excitement, the emotion from a Jake Bentley, you see the crowd. What's that do for you here in July as you get closer to the season?
Well, it gets me excited about it. I want our players to take the personality of how they're being coached, and I want them to play with great intensity, great enthusiasm, and play the game the right way. And the effort, the toughness, the discipline that we want to play with week in, week out is very important to me. And we had a very young group last year. Well, we're going to be young again this year. We only have 11 seniors and 70% of our roster is freshmen and sophomores.
I was impressed with Jay. And for you, how does it feel to know who the quarterback is and you have a good one?
It's a great feeling. It's unusual. But he's mature beyond his years. I think, Marcus, the biggest thing that I see is he's voted by his teammates co-MVP on last year's team. He only played in 7 games.
Wow.
The respect of his teammates. And that means so much to me, along with Deebo Samuel, who's co-MVP as well. But that means an awful lot when he talks. Our guys listen. He directs them, but he understands how to be a quarterback. He understands the things off the field, Jordan, as you know, to the film room, the things you've got to do to be successful, to understand he's got to hang out with the offensive line. He needs to hang out with the receivers. He needs to talk to the defensive guys sometimes too. And I think those are things he gets and understands.
I'm going to touch home a little bit here. Let's talk about this defense. Last year, you were one of the worst in the country, sacks, tackles for loss. I know that touches home with you. How do you fix that?
Well, I think we got to continue to evolve. We lost Darius English, who had 9 sacks last year. Had a fantastic year. But Dennis Walden's come along for us. We need to involve Bryson Allen Williams more in the pass rush. He's a guy now with Sky Moore coming back. Sky adds a lot of the intangible qualities that you need as a defensive coach and a defensive player, as far as the toughness, the instincts, all the things that he's going to bring to the table. I think he's going to really help us. We've got some guys on campus that haven't played many snaps, but I do think they're talented guys. So let's see where those guys, figure into fall camp.
You know, when we decided to wear the same thing today, I thought they were going to put us on opposite sides of the booth, and then they put us together.
Remarkable, Jordan, actually, yes.
I thought I was being safe with the tie color there. I just wasn't thinking. Coach, as a defensive-minded guy, last year, where was your focus, and how has that changed this year now that you're a little more solidified on the offensive side of the ball? And if it is more on the defensive side, what's the one position group that you're focusing most of your time on?
Well, up front. We've got to get better up front, and I addressed it earlier when I said Taylor Stallworth is a senior, Dante Sawyer's a senior, and Yoder Jones. Those guys need to play well for us to have a good defense this year. We've got to play better up front. When we played the teams we need to beat, we couldn't stop the run. And we couldn't run it on offense either. And
don't
that's
come out of the jacket.
Well, I know. What I'm saying is, from the standpoint of that, when you don't have that, that's physical toughness.
Yeah.
It's stopping the run's toughness. That's what that is.
Yeah, effort.
That's right.
How satisfying was last year for you? Because, you lose your job at Florida, you come to South Carolina. Not a lot of people gave you a lot of chances to be any good last year, us included, I think. But what you did last year, how satisfying was that for you personally?
For me personally, it was probably the most proud team that I've ever been a part of, because we were 2-4.
Yes.
And we're going to the open week, and we walk in the office Monday morning. I got the staff together. I said, it's pedal to the metal now. I said, we're not backing off. We're not going to lick any wounds around here. I said, we're going to find out who wants to be a part of this organization moving forward. And we had an extremely physical off week. And our guys bought in. Trust is a choice in life. And our guys trusted us. They kept listening. They kept believing. And it was frustrating, extremely frustrating at times. But the most proud team I've ever been a part of.
Well, when you think about this year that's coming up, all right, and you, like Boog alluded to, you exceeded expectations last year. What are those expectations right now in the locker room and with the program?
Well, our expectations don't ever change. We expect to play in Atlanta. That's what that's the goal. How do you do that? Well, we got to take care of each day. We got to take care of each player and improve and get better every day. And those are the things that I've got our guys focusing on right now, is just improving every single day. And if you improve every single day, it's going to help our football team. It's going to help you as a player individually. And those are the things we're trying to focus on.
When they announced the other day that the rule about sideline infractions and the 15-yard, the first guy that I think came to anybody's mind.
Why?
I don't know.
Come on.
Come on, Coach.
What was your reaction when you first learned of the rule?
Exactly.
I can't tell you.
I am not an official. You can say whatever you want.
No, I can't on TV. I can't say it. But we've assigned 2 guys to me. One of them's allowed to tackle.
And they better be big.
I really worked on my groin flexibility so I can stretch out. As long as I got 1 foot in the white, I'm good. That's the rule.
You don't need to get those stretchy veins to do overspin training with. Have one around your.
I wish they would have had that rule in 2003.
You know, like, and different coaches have said different things about it. You know, Nick Saban essentially saying he didn't really think it was a problem or it's equivalent to killing a fly with a sledgehammer. Did you deem this a problem, and is there a positive in your mind to implementing this rule?
No, I didn't see it as a problem. I really didn't. They showed some videos of down in SEC meetings of coaches from another league. There weren't any SEC coaches on there that did run to the hash mark. You need to get a flag if you do that. There's no doubt about that. I've never gotten a flag before on the sideline, regardless of what CBS said. Oh, that's not true. It wasn't me. It was on the sideline. All right, I'll knock on wood to make sure.
Coach, I'm curious. How do you view this league? Because a lot of people are saying it's Alabama and everybody else. How do you view the SEC right now? And is everyone, the other 13 teams, trying to catch up to Alabama?
But we're all trying to catch Alabama right now. In my opinion, they're the champion. They've been the champion for 3 years. They've been the college football playoff for 3 years. They've been the most consistent program since Nick's been there in his 11 years, bottom line. So we're all chasing Alabama. I hear all the discrepancies between the East and the West.
Yeah.
Ain't none of that. We're chasing Alabama.
Keep it real.
That said, you are in the East, which is the league the division they are obviously not in. How does the strength of the East, or maybe the lack of strength in the East, top to bottom, play into the goals that you set with your football team?
Well, I think they're very achievable goals. This is the first time in history of our school that we've really invested in the football program. The new operations facility we're building in December of 2018 is going to be finished is a game changer for us. We've already got other things in place that's going to be really nice to be able to attract the type of student athlete we need to have to win the East. And I certainly think that we're a team that is going to contend for the East championship this year. There's no doubt in my mind. I look at the East-West stuff is kind of funny to me. I mean, I look at what Florida lost defensively late in the year last year. You lose Marcus May. You lose Alex Anzalone, you lose Jared Davis. I think Caleb Brantley might have missed a game or two. Yeah. And they go to Alabama, who's got a really good football team, and everybody wants to compare that game. And you look at what Butch lost on defense at Tennessee. Mm-hmm. The 2 linebackers, Kirkland and Reeves Maven, Tuttle, the kid inside. I don't know if Cam Sutton even played until late in the year last year. So those things happen. That changes the dynamic of your team, and certainly I think that we have a very strong division.
I've got something written on my rundown here. It says Lake Fun at the Lake House. We're going to show some video.
Oh, awesome.
Is this a team? Is it a team building experience?
Well, our senior class and some other selected guys. We went out to Lake Murray. That's where I live, on Lake Murray yesterday. This is the hydro plant. That's Jamarcus King right there.
I'd never get up there.
No,
I'd never get up there. There's no chance.
Do you, Coach? You get on that?
No, I did not.
You did not?
I did not. But our guys had a lot of fun out there on the lake yesterday. We took them tubing and wakeboarding, and then we had a nice dinner. I think it's always good. I think it's really important for the players to see me as a father and a husband and out of coach mold. They don't need to see me as a coach all the time walking around and complaining about something.
Is that something you've learned to emphasize more and more as you've had an opportunity as a head coach?
We've always done that. We've always tried to make sure, it's very important for Carol and I to be able to have the guys to the house and let them see us, see who we are, see me be a father to Jackson and Whit. Yeah. I mean, I think it's so important for them to see that.
What did watching Frank Martin and that basketball team get to a Final Four do for the athletic department, specifically the football program?
Frank Martin and Don Staley.
And Don Staley, my goodness,
but I look at the pattern of their programs. And where they took the programs over were not very good, and there was no expectation. To walk in Colonial Life Arena on a Tuesday night, there's 14,000 people watching women's basketball. That's because of Don Staley, and she has done a phenomenal job. Frank has done a phenomenal job, but it marketed our brand a little better. It showed that Asia Wilson, who's from Columbia, South Carolina, chose to stay at home and won a national championship, and it's not a 4-year decision, it's a 40-year decision. It's going to positively affect her for the rest of her life. And Sedarius Thornwell and P.J. Dozier chose to stay in South Carolina and go to school there. And I just think it's awesome for our university. It's certainly going to help our football program.
Yeah, great stuff. What a season it was all over, really, an academic year and sporting year for South Carolina. We're out of time. Did you have one more thing? He may have to go. You got time. Go. He just in my ear. He just said you got time.
Going back to what he said, Coach, and you moving on to South Carolina, how important is it for these administrations to have that patience and know the landscape. Is that something that you viewed before you took this job at South Carolina? If you had the people behind you that knew the situation with the football team, knew what kind of roster they had, and knew that it would take time to get to where you needed to be?
Well, I think Coach Tanner's got a very good understanding because he's been a coach, he's been in the arena, and he's got a very good understanding of where the program was and where we want to take it. Patience is a bad word. Nobody's patient, and I don't want anybody to be patient, and I'm the most impatient person in the world. That's part of the profession we're in. You chose to be a football coach. Nobody held a gun to your head and made you do it. You chose to get in the profession, and then you've got to produce.
Gotcha.
That's Will Muschamp, entering year number 2 in South Carolina. 1 foot on the white line, right? That's all you need?
1 foot on the line.
Good luck with that rule. Good luck with it, okay?
I'm good.
That's a great flexibility.
Come out your hips on nobody.
Thank you, Coach.